Ho, 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 motherfuckers. Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. It's time for your Leeds versus Stoke preview. It was supposed to be out Christmas Eve, but I was that last minute dad shopping kind of vibe. You know what it's like. If you're a male, you relate. We leave everything to the last minute. Before we get into the preview, let me wish you all a very merry Christmas to you and your families. I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you eat plenty of food. I hope you don't get too drunk. But yeah, just have an amazing day. Make sure you're fit and well enough to join me tomorrow for the Boxing Day extravaganza. We will be doing Sheffield United versus Burnley. We will also be covering Leeds United versus Stoke. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Obviously, Leeds United will hope to continue their promotion charge on Thursday evening when we travel to the Bet365 Stadium to face strugglers Stoke City. Strugglers loosely, though. Strugglers loosely. Yes, not in great form, but their home form is very good, which when doing my research really worried me because we know how poor Leeds United have been away from home. But we will get into that. But Stoke are in 19th place currently with just 22 points following a 2-0 defeat against Sheffield Wednesday. And the biggest thing about that Sheffield Wednesday result was that Sheffield Wednesday were reduced to 10 men in the 41st minute when it was 0-0. And they still somehow lost that game 2-0. The manager came out afterwards saying, the way we played in the first half, that's how I want my teams to play. I don't know how you can praise a first half performance when you went down, when your opposition goes to 10 men and then you crumble and lose 2-0 in the second half. I don't know. Listen, there's a lot of calls for the head coach, Naris Palash. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. For maybe him to be sacked by some sections of the Stoke City fan base. They're just 4 points off bottom. Which is Cardiff City, and they've actually played an extra game over Cardiff. So let's say, for example, they were to be beat by us, Cardiff win, they're just 1 point off Cardiff, who are now bottom. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's very concerning for Stoke City fans because they've lost 4 of their last 5 match outings and are winless in 8. They haven't won a game in 8. This again worries me because it's like, here comes Leeds United with the Christmas present, you know? They've conceded at least 2 goals in each of their past 5 games as well. Again, that worries me because I'm like, the profligacy, the clinicality of Leeds United of late away from home has been really poor. That has to change. If we get the first goal, we win this game. But the fact that they're on such poor form, they haven't won in 8, they concede 2 goals per game, and then Leeds United roll into town. But again, this pessimism, I know you were probably hoping for Christmas cheer and joy, but this pessimism is brought about because of our away struggles. We've only won 1 in the last 8 ourselves. It's not been great. Had it have been a bit of a mixed bag, I'd be okay. But it's 1 win in 8, which still baffles me that we're in second, only 3 points off top spot when we've been so poor away from home. So if we can sort out away form, then the league is ours, baby. The league is ours. It will be ours in May. Because look where we are with only 1 win in 8 away from home. Sheffield United have been blitzing it away from home. So, yeah, this is it. It's as simple as pie. Just start winning some games away from home. And we can do that by scoring first. But there is a big thing to note here about Stoke City. Yes, they're in poor form. Yes, there's question marks over the manager. But they have been difficult to beat at home, considering they've lost just once at the Bet365 Stadium in their last 8 home fixtures, drawing 5 in that period. So we've, only won 1 away from home. They've only lost 1 at home. That's very good form for a team that are where they are. So we have to, be wary of that. I'm actually not confident about this Stoke City fixture. I think we can win. Well, I think we will win the game. I'm more hopeful. I'm doubtful we'll win the game. So I'm more hopeful. 1-1. I mean, win at Derby, is it that bad? But yeah, it probably is. Yeah, it is. Come on, the 19th, Joe. Stop trying to make excuses for them. You've got to win this. But I am really, really doubtful. We have to get rid of the away hoodoo. Because the longer it goes on, the more pessimistic we become as a fan base going into away fixtures. The criticism of Farker ramps up. And then also it feeds into the team. it feeds into the team, which can also be a massive worry. But like I said, the main reason we are not sitting top of the tree is due to our poor away form. We've won just 3 in total of 10 league games on the road. And that's actually 6 less points than Sheffield United on their travels. So, like, turn that round again, we'll be top. Now, I think a key bonus for our away performances is one man, and that is Ethan Ampadu. It's crazy to think that one man can have such a huge boost, but I genuinely think he will. He's grit, he's physicality, his determination. He's the captain. He's a bit of a calming presence at times as well. And he's got great leadership on the pitch. And that, for me, can provide the extra boost that we need away from home. The big question mark is where he's going to play, how we fit him in, what we do, to ensure that he gets in the side. Now, if you want my honest opinion, I think he'll start centre-back at the weekend. And I think we might see a period of time where he plays at centre-back. Because Struijk, again, muscle injury, Christmas period, perfect excuse sort of forced on him, but away for Farke to get him into the side. And until we have poor performances, I don't think it'll switch, because that's how I have become accustomed to Farke picking his teams. So I think Ampadu will play it and will play at centre-back. And I'm okay with it for this fixture. Long term, I want to see him in midfield. But for this fixture, get him in there and don't drop either Rothwell or Tanaka. Now, of course, there'll be chat of a midfield 3. And it's funny now because, listen, I'm going to continue to back Harrison, but the narrative's changed on Harrison. It's gone from we need a winger in there to, oh, well, we can't drop Rothwell. It's just in any which way we can bend the narrative to ensure that he doesn't play. That's how it feels for someone who backs Harrison. And I back him to start in this fixture as well. I think he'll do well. Listen, in terms of lineup, I don't think you'll see changes. I think it will be Meslier, Bogle, Rodon, Ampadu, Byram, Tanaka, Rothwell, Solomon, Aronson, James, and I think it'll be Joel Pirro. That is the one change I would make, by the way. The one change I would make. I'm okay with the rest. I know people will disagree. They want Aronson out, away from home, physicality, etc., etc. But listen, let's hope he can continue that good form that he found against Oxford. Admittedly, only Oxford. He was good against Borough. Maybe there is an issue away from home for him. But I'm still going to back him to start and play well in this fixture. I would like to see a change up top. I felt Pirro ghosted. I've sampled a lot of content. There's been chat that maybe he actually wasn't that bad. I disagree. I thought he was poor and he ghosted. But hey ho, that's the Pirro show. But I think a lot of us would like to see Mateo Joseph away from home. And probably the calls for him would be really backed if he could start finding the back of the net. Because I even think when he comes off the bench, he doesn't have that much of an impact. He's better when starting, from what I've seen anyway. But again, he's got to score goals, hasn't he? He's got to score goals. We need to see that improvement. And that's the way he gets back into the side for me from a starting berth. Now, look, just to summarise, despite the fact that Stoke have not lost many at home, like I say, 1 loss in 8, they are in dire form. They are conceding a lot of goals. Their defence isn't great. Ben Gibson's there. Wilmot, it's not amazing. One decent part of that defence, by the way, is Victor Johansson. And he's made the most saves and prevented the most goals in the league this season. What I would give for someone with them type of numbers, we could have actually picked up Victor Johansson. And yeah, anyway, they have one of the best keepers in the league for save percentage, preventing most goals. We have arguably the worst, which is mad. Again, that's another thing, isn't it? If we had Victor, if you swap the keepers, we're already top of the league, But yeah, they still have been poor. He does save a lot. He does prevent a lot of goals, but they still are conceding a lot. Like I said, 2 a game for the last 5 games or so. Tom Cannon up top, he could be a problem. I've heard him even mentioned as a coming in at Leeds United, for example. Should we have gone for Cannon? Maybe the type of striker we need, but we need to think long term as well. And Tom Cannon went to Leicester and got a look in being loaned out to Stoke. He's got 8 goals this season, 8 or 9. He could be a problem. Million Manhoff, and I think it is Yumho Bay. They have 8 assists between them. They have some decent personnel, but look, we should be beating Stoke. Whether we will or not, that remains to be seen. I just don't want results to go our way and then it comes to 8 o'clock and we absolutely fumble the bag, because that's the Leeds United way. I'm going to go for a tentative 2-0 Leeds United win. I could easily see a draw, a 1-1, a 0-0. I can't lie. But I'd love us to turn it on. If we get the first goal, by the way, we win the game. This is important. First goal, and I am feet up. Feet up Friday. But on the flip side, if they get the first goal, I'm like, that's it. Like I was against Preston. So we will have to wait and see. Hopefully Santa, his sack is full and he's gonna sort us out with 3 points on the road, and then we can take it into Derby, can't we? In just a few days' time as well. So yes, football. That's what we're here for. Thank you as always for supporting the channel. As I always continue to say, Merry Christmas, love and goodwill to all men, women, and all that jazz. And I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along. Peace out. Love you, man. Leeds.